So in this video you are going to understand the moving average versus support and resistance, and I am going to use the previous signal I sent. I sent the signal when the market was actually right here at this green candle, and we want to know how we identified where the market could possibly go after that. So it is pretty simple. So before you enter the market, if you're following my strategy, first and foremost, we are going to go for the moving average, since the video is talking about the moving average and the support and resistance. So first, let's go to the moving average. How do you add the moving average? Okay, so to add the moving average, so you can either click on this icon right up here, or just tap anywhere in your screen and click on this icon right here. So on clicking on that icon, you will see the moving average. For your case, this might not be there. To get that, or to get any indicator you want, click right here, and you will see this. Look for moving average. If you scroll, you'll get it, or you'll find it right here. So you click on moving average, and me, I am using exponential moving average. If you want to use exponential moving average, you still have to click right here, and then you select exponential moving average. Okay, so now that we have exponential moving average, the next thing is, of course, to choose the period. Actually choose 20 and 50. Some people use 15. It depends on your choice, but I personally use 20 and 50. Moving averages is so important in the trading. That's why I gave you this first. Okay, now the next thing, after setting that, you are going to change the colors. Not all moving averages are supposed to be the same color. You want to identify which one. So if you don't separate the colors, you will not know where the market is going. Now this is blue. Now the next, you are supposed to click on save after doing all that. Now if you save, that means it is already added there. So you can check if it is the one that is actually not the one. This is the one we just set. Okay, so save. Now you now have one. In my case, I have two, as you can see. So to add the second one, come back right here and click on that F and plus icon, and then select moving average, of course, and then select exponential right here. Change, put 50 here, and then change the color to your choice. After doing all that, then you can click on save. Now that we have added a moving average, let's see how it's going to look. So this is our chart we added, but remember, in my case, they were not visible. Let me make them visible, and then you can now see them. Now that we have the moving average, now, how important is the moving average? The moving average shows you the possible next direction of the market. Okay, first you should be able to identify your moving average by color. Okay, so for my case, blue was moving average 20 and red was moving average 50. Now that you know that, take note of this. Whenever the higher moving average is above the lower moving average, then it actually tells you to sell. But take note of this. Moving average only tells you the previous market price, and it tells you the possible next trend. Remember, I told you that our market was here. Now that we know that the market is going to go down, should we sell or buy? That statement alone calls for the next indicators. So what are the next indicators we are going to use? You can either leave this like this or and just add those indicators, but as for me, I prefer removing the moving average. So let us make them not visible and go for the next step. Since the market is here and we need to understand if we should sell or buy, remember the moving average is already favoring the sell signal. I hope you have understood already. Even if I stop there, right? Let me know in the comment section. Okay, let me continue. I don't know if you commented, but if you comment, well and good. It actually gives me the vibe it motivates me. So please like, comment, and share so that the video gets viral, of course. Okay, now let's go to the next step. That is, of course, resistance and support. Now, support and resistance is going to give us the final decision, but will it? Watch. Okay, now since the moving average is favoring the downtrend, of course a sell, let's first identify support and resistance. Now, to identify support and resistance, I have to first consider the current market price. So I am going to actually locate resistance and support. Now, if I locate it right here, so where you're seeing this dotted black line, right here, where it is, that was support, because there was a conflict of buyers and sellers around this area. Okay, and in this same area, you can't just, if it is a sell, you don't have to sell immediately if the market is above that area, since there is a lot of struggle between the buyers and sellers. So let's identify resistance as well. So to identify resistance, by the way, maybe I never told you. So I told you tap anywhere in your screen. This time you are going to click on this icon here. It is where I actually got that dotted line. So once you tap on this icon, you will see this, and you can, if you don't have like anything right here, it is simple, don't worry, just click add, and the moment you add, it will appear there. Okay, so we have that. So you can add the horizontal line. Once you click add, they are all here. You can add these lines, okay, right here. So I have horizontal already, I have a text. You can add all this. Okay, so at the moment, let's first add the horizontal that I already have. After adding that, the next time you're not going to add, you're just going to click on that. Okay, so I'm going to click on it, and it is already here. I tap where I want it to be. So if I want it to be somewhere right here, I am going to just tap in that area. So where I have tapped is actually the resistance zone within the market price. I don't know if you're getting me, not the word market price, within that area where the market is. So this is a support, and this is resistance. Okay, so now that we have identified support and resistance, now we are going to enter the market. When are we going to enter the market? So once you enter, don't hurry to enter the market. So long as the market is trading within this section here, I am talking about this section. Okay, this section here. Once the market is there, don't first buy or sell. So remember, the moving average told us to sell. But then support and resistance is telling us not to immediately sell. So when are you supposed to sell? You can only sell if the next candlestick crosses this line, okay, or it closes below this support line. If it crosses that going down, then you do what? Then you sell. If it crosses above this resistance line, then you can buy. Should I end the video here? Let me know in the comment section. Okay, now we have known that. Okay, so that is support and resistance. Now let's go to the next candle. So now that is the next candle. It has clearly crossed that and it closed below the support zone. So what next? It is now very clear that we are supposed to sell. You see how simple this stuff is? So once you sell, that is okay. Now, most people ask, where is the stop loss now? The stop loss is actually, it is actually you to decide, by the way. But following these other trends right here, behind right here, you can now allocate the stop loss and the take profit. So as for me, where would my stop loss be? Okay, first I'll come back and zoom this right here and first identify all the support and resistance. Okay, remember all this was not here. Let me first hide all this. That is where the market was, as like here. Now I know that I'm supposed to sell. I want to locate it. I believe you're not seeing clearly, but I believe you're seeing some faint candlesticks, but that all helps. I'm using a phone, or maybe let me widen a bit. Oh, good. Okay, now here, this will help me to make a good decision. So first of all, let me identify support and resistance. Now, if you zoom out the candlesticks, you are not going to consider this again. It has already helped us to know where support and resistance is at that moment. But then if we zoom it out, the support and resistance changes. Have I confused you, or it is understandable? Let me know in the comment section. So let me first remove this support all. Now I am going to identify the support and resistance zones. Okay, so allow me to tap anywhere in the screen and then I click right here to get the indicators. Okay, so once I click here, this time allow me to choose the box. So right here, so once I draw this here. So as I said, if the market went below this zone, then I was supposed to sell. We already saw that. But now we want to identify the take profit. Okay, the take profit is now going to be right here. So now let's identify maybe where the market is going to stop. So this is very clear. Let me just draw a line here. I click on anywhere in the screen and then I click on this arrow to get the indicator. Okay, so if I click there, allow me to use the horizontal line to identify. Now you see where there is this dot right here. I just identified that the market came up to that direction and it bounced back. So now this is going to be our take profit. Are you seeing how things are simple? Now we have identified this zone. Okay, let me get the box again and try to draw it right here. Okay, so this was our take profit zone. Okay, this is our take profit zone. So now allow me to first edit it and change the color to green. I think that's going to work. And then okay, save. Now we already have our take profit zone around here. So now that means our take profit zone is going to be here. Okay, let me widen this so it can. So our take profit if we sell is going to be around this zone. Okay, remember you are supposed ignore all these candlesticks you're seeing, and then allow me to change this also to another color so that we can let me use this color, which is rarely used. It is so dark. Allow me to reduce it to maybe here. Okay, now this purple area, this purple color indicates actually the what? The resistance, I mean the support area. Okay, now we are going to identify our stop loss. So allow me to bring this right here, this candlestick right here, I mean this indicator right here, a box right here. Okay, so now this identifies our take profit and stop loss. Now to make it clear, allow me to draw a line again to identify our entry and to identify our stop loss. Okay, right here. Is that all? Yes. Now we have known that support is always below right here where there is a conflict between the buyers and seller, and if the buyers overtake the sellers after the sellers movement, once they create this kind of zone around here, once they create this something like this and the market bounces back, this line right here is now what we call the support, because the buyers defended the attackers who were selling the market, and the market bounced up. Okay, so once the market goes up, like it was shooting, then the buyers also started what? Selling vigorously, and then it created this area right here, right up here, and you saw that the market struggled, but still the buyers overtook the sellers, and there was another resistance right up here. You get? Now this creates a major resistance. Okay, this creates a major, and every resistance and support really matter. Let's say if you were to put like if the market was to go up, never ignore this. Okay, never ignore this resistance, especially this one here that is pointing this, and then lastly this one, all that is resistance. Once it takes that, that means if this market is to move, it is going to find a challenge right here. Most sellers are going to set their stop loss here. And by the way, this confirms the signal, the sell signal that I gave you, and we confirmed the downtrend, and those who took it actually made that money. And don't always look for much money. I'll give you the possible settings for that. In case the video was helpful, please don't leave without leaving the comment in the comment section below. Thank you for watching and have a great day.